I was really charmed by the film, really charmed by it. How did you find yourself kind of working as director of Peter Rabbit?
Because my parents read Peter Rabbit to me when I was a kid, and I loved the books, and then I started reading them to my kids, and I loved them even more. I loved the character of Peter and what I thought the mischievous bent that he had, and I really wanted to try to bring this to life, so gave it a shot.
I was going to say, because I feel like it's a very titular British thing.
Yes.
I thought it was kind of very limited to the British audience, but clearly...
Oh, no, a lot of people in America, well, I was read the books my whole childhood, and a lot of people in America know Peter Rabbit. They think they know Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there any concerns translating it to the British audience, seeing as you kind of, the entire cast is made up of kind of British kind of superstars, and other than Margot Robbie and a few?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's a very British movie. I mean, we shot it in the Lake District, and we shot it in London, and the whole step of the way, I was immersed. I was the only American on it, so everywhere I looked, there's British people telling me what to do. So yeah, we made sure we made it for the British audience.
And how about I know a lot of it takes part in Harrods. How much was that a challenge in itself?
Well, when I wrote it, I didn't think Harrods would say yes. I always write what I want and then expect it to change. But then they said yes, and then being locked in Harrods for a week at night was really fun.
I'm jealous of that.
It was very fun. It was everyone had a good time, and then they were great, and it was fun doing it there. Yeah.
And there's a physicality to the comedy, which is sort of rare in big. Kind of American big comedies nowadays. Were there any kind of reference points? Because it feels almost Chaplin-esque with Domhnall Gleeson.
Yep, Buster Keaton, Chaplin, and Domhnall is so gifted and skilled at that it was fun to start playing. And once we started working together, when I realized how much he really could do, and how much he really wanted to do all himself, it was really fun. And it goes big, but then also Domhnall's so adept as an actor to make it small again, to make it seem real.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I was unaware of Domhnall Gleeson as having incredible comic timing.
Very funny.
But he works up against a fake rabbit. What was the kind of, how did you shoot it with?
The fake rabbit?
Was there always like a little figure, or did you make a man dressed in green? And
there was people dressed in blue, there was little figures, there was sticks, there was balls, there was lights, there's all different types of thing possible to represent the rabbit with the actors. So it was quite a challenge for them and for me too to kind of picture what the other side was happening.
Yeah, this is your first foray into big CGI, so were there any kind of slight concerns there?
I don't think I knew what I was getting into, but now that I know it, it's fun, and you get to make two movies. You get to make your live action movie, then you get to make the CGI movie. So the options are limitless, which is the fun part.
I can imagine that. And with James Corden, I mean, James Corden's been a name here for the last 15 years or so. And over the past few years, he's seemingly dotted around everywhere. Was it a very kind of, was he always the #1 choice for Peter?
Yeah, I mean, I met him in 2011 when I went to see his play here.
Oh, One Man, Two Governors.
One Man, Two Governors, and I was promoting another movie, actually, at this very hotel. And we hung out after, we became, friends, and I've always wanted to work with him, but of course he went off and did this huge talk show, which means he can't. So when I started to do Peter Rabbit, I said, this is the perfect way to work with James. And then I wrote the character with James in mind the whole time.
I can imagine that. And just a quick foray away from Peter Rabbit.
Yes.
Did you ever imagine Easy A to have such a lasting kind of legacy? Because Easy A is brilliant, and it's one of those films I watch twice a year. And
I don't think whenever you make a movie, you expect to make a legacy.
Yeah.
We did know when I was making the movie that Emma Stone was something special very early on.
The reason why she's everywhere.
Well, she's special on her own, but it's gratifying to see that people, and now people are getting older.
Yeah, that's the thing. People. I think there's a new film out, and people are kind of comparing it to Easy A, and it's in the whole John Hughes bracket. And would you, with Peter Rabbit, is there any kind of, would you want to come back for more? Would you rather kind of further the adventures of Peter?
Oh yeah, I think there's plans to further the adventures of Peter. What I like to do is different types of genres and movies.
Yeah.
So I did this one, and it was great. And I had a really great time doing it. I didn't think when I was doing Easy A I'd ever be making Peter Rabbit, but the fun part of this career is you get to do a lot of different things. So it was fun.
And I know with a lot of big family comedies now, there's often a need to make it slightly debaucherous in such a way that it appeases the audience or the adult audience. But you somehow, how did you tread the line between bringing it for the younger audience who are aware of pop music and the adult audience who are aware of Peter Rabbit?
I think that we give kids short shrift, and I think so many times people say, I had a mantra on this movie, just because don't do it for the kids, do it because we think it's funny or we think it's good. And I think the kids responded to that. I know the adults do, because there's a moment in the movie in about the 3rd minute when there's some adult stuff, and you see the adults in the audience kind of sitting back up in their chairs, realizing that this is not a movie that they have to just drag their kids to, that it's for them too. And once you get the adults and the kids on board, it's really fun to watch them watch it.